You see, there's a few problems with this workspace and my room in general. It's a little cluttered, and I'd like it to be a lot more organized so that things like this and that, well, that's cool, but like this doesn't happen. As you can see, there's not a lot of space for me to work. I mean, this clutter, it makes it nearly impossible for me to even use the keyboard and the mouse as it is. I'd like to have enough space on here for the iPad and another Bluetooth keyboard that would pair to this. So I could just have it back here and I can also type on both of them. So that means the computer needs to be pushed back and it needs to be cleaned. This is, of course, the first day of my new office rearrangement thingy, and it is going great. Now I have this keyboard with the iPad. I also learned that I could free up one of my USB ports on the computer by putting the Logitech mouse thing into the keyboard. I didn't know that was there. It's pretty cool. With that, I thought today, since I didn't really do anything, would be a great day to talk about Poland. My main reason for being in Poland was World Youth Day. Great time. World Youth Day is when a whole bunch of youth around the world, mainly Catholic, go and meet the Pope. Really cool stuff. But obviously, I'm for the adventure. I'm in for everything that's inside this map. Naturally, I'm going to talk about the adventurous part and my experience in World Youth Day in Krakow, Poland, also everywhere else. Obviously, I love maps. I've got a whole bunch over there. See, it doesn't even fit on one page. There's one last little bit down here. We flew to Frankfurt, Germany, and drove 10 hours to Poznan, Poland. One of the most beautiful places in the world, according to me. Absolutely beautiful, and I'll talk more about it later. I know, you can't quite tell that I love swivel chairs. The first place that we went to near Poznan was Lednica. So while pictures are rolling, let me explain. Back then, I wasn't a map person yet. I didn't try to buy maps everywhere I went. I was like that at the end of the trip, but before this was new. This travel was new. So this place, Lednica, is the proposed area of baptism for the first ruler of Poland. This was otherwise called the Baptism of Poland, which was the personal baptism of Mieszko I of Poland. Really, really cool place. We sat there and ate lunch, and so the next day, we went to the next place we would stay, and on our way, we went to a place called Częstochowa. So we went to the Jasna Góra Monastery, which is one of the largest churches in Poland. It is massive. We went in there and they had that picture. I took a very bad picture of the picture. I couldn't see the monitor on the GoPro screen, so I was kind of like eyeing it as we went through. In that picture, there's that picture, and then there's Pope John Paul II's stole, the thing that priests and popes wear, that he was wearing when he was shot almost through the heart during his papacy, and it's got a hole through it. And it's cool. Then we went to our next staying place, which was Suka Beskidzka, beautiful little town down in very southern Poland. There's some cool stuff in that little town. The next part, and possibly the most life-changing event of World Youth Day for me personally, was going to Auschwitz. That was something. The atmosphere is like nothing else I have ever experienced. Knowing what happened there, knowing the terrified people that were imprisoned in those camps, it is... I've never felt that anywhere else. I don't think I will. Auschwitz was one of the largest operating concentration and death camps during Hitler's reign and World War II. When we went to Birkenau, which is the second Auschwitz, the really, really big one, because they ran out of room in the first one, they wouldn't let us in because 2.5 million children running around in the country, especially in a memorial like that, would not be a good idea. I understood, but I still got some cold, heartening photos that I look at them and I remember the feeling, but I don't even get the feeling from looking at those photos. You'd have to be there. When we went inside of the first camp, I put the camera away. This was something I didn't want to interfere with by having a camera. One of the things that spoke the most to me, there's a wall inside this gate. The gate is closed, and there are flowers next to a little kind of grave kind of looking thing, and behind that, maybe 2 feet, is a wall that just has hundreds and hundreds of bullet holes. That's where they killed people for just starting to die. That's something that I'll never forget. And I'm glad that I didn't take any pictures because I remember that like I was there yesterday. I feel like when I take pictures, it's easier for me to forget because I can always just look. But with this experience, I don't have anything to look at, so I've remembered that forever. And I'm glad I did that. So if you ever go there, don't take pictures. That's my recommendation. Just live it. So I know that part of the video is a little bit sad, but I'll keep it there and move on to something cooler. And that would be the beautiful and cute little town that we stayed in for most of the trip. Suka Beskidzka, basically just a little town with, I don't know really, I haven't really looked it up. What I do know about it is where we went there. The hostel that we stayed in is actually a hospital now. We went to an education center. It's a museum, but it used to be an education place. And it was cool. It had some pretty interesting things in there. One thing that I can absolutely remember is the torture chamber and dungeon. Who has that? They had all these like things and they told us like how they killed people with it or tortured people with it. And it sounds painful, but it had like a family tree for the rulers of Poland. It had different aged wines, some swords and knives and stuff. So it's basically an all-purpose museum for the place. Nice European style. And naturally, we went to an American food restaurant for lunch. Yeah, the pizza restaurant. It's just Pizzeria Venti. Pretty good chicken strips there. I give them a 4-star. -1 star because it's Poland. So where are the potatoes?
Potatoes.
So yeah, that was our first like full day in Sukowiskiska. Pretty awesome. The next day we went to Wadowice, which was the hometown of Pope John Paul II. It had the cathedral that he was baptized in. It had his papal chair. Insane. There was this flan shop, like a cake custard shop, and it had this awesome cake. Amazing cake. I'd go there again. The good thing is I know exactly where it is. Also, we had these things called dance circles, which are awesome. Next day, we went to Krakow, which was the official place for World Youth Day. We went there 2 days before the Mass, and 1 day before the Pope was going to be there to, like, say something. And we went to a royal castle. Royal. Hold on. With a dragon. Isn't that awesome? It actually had a dragon, not a real dragon though, but like a dragon dungeon in the castle. And it's a royal castle of the royal family of Lesser Poland. Just some awesome architecture and some awesome views of the city itself. And then, naturally, my GoPro died, so I didn't get any pictures of the Mass day or the night before. So that's it for Krakow until we were there for our group's big founder, whose name is Kiko. Then we went to a place called Wrocław, which, try to spell that after hearing it. Wrocław is very beautiful. It literally, the shopping mall and the McDonald's is right behind this like old medieval 1,000-year-old wall that was built there to keep Germanics from invading the city. And you can order a Big Mac and sit on the wall and look at the cathedral. Man, there's something wrong with that image. We went to Wrocław on our way back to Poznan. We were going to stay there a couple of nights. Now, Poznan is probably one of my favorite parts of the entire trip. It's just a beautiful place. The town square is literally a town square. It's got a town hall. It's beautiful. Now this is where the bracelets come in. So I had collected a numerous amount of bracelets while there. We stayed with a host family. The father's name was Pavel. They didn't recognize that I had a lot of bracelets, and they thought that I had a lot of bracelets. So I was given these two by the host family. And man, they were so sweet. So I got a whole bunch of bracelets and I was like, man, I'm going to start collecting them because why not? And now I have one from almost every state in the US. Pinocchio Brothers, I looked at a couple of videos from them. It's a band of priests and they make some nice Christian music, and it's kind of Polish pop music and it's very beautiful. So look them up. And the second one, as we were about to leave, he said, here you go, this is a gift. I know that you're a runner, and I wanted you to have this. This is from a marathon that Pavel ran in 2011 in Berlin. So that is the trip, like super, super crammed in. This was the first time I had ever gone somewhere that really taught me how lucky I am to be where I am, living the life I am living. The first place that we stayed in Poznan was this school. Now, we were there during the summer, so they weren't learning anything. I remember them talking about certain struggles that they were having, running water and stuff. Of course, I've been to many other places now that have taught me the same thing in different ways. But this is the first one to really just bring it into me, which is awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it may seem long and kind of boring if it wasn't the vlog kind of thing you were hoping for, but it's snowy outside. It's dark outside, so didn't have anything going on today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you didn't get too bored, and I hope you enjoyed the stories. I will see you probably tomorrow, and I don't know if it's a half day or not. Well, we'll see. In Germany, we went to McDonald's. Very good. Also, the airport hotel was very interesting. The bed was shaped kind of like a heart.